Just when the world pensively anticipated a galactic respite surrounding the House of Windsor's unending psychodramas, renowned royal biographer Tom Bower uncorked a thermonuclear maelstrom after his latest book exposed Doria Raglan's heretofore concealed family skeletons. The explosive pages remain pockmarked by startling revelations alleging Meghan Markle's mother engaged in an underground occult syndicate smuggling pilfered antiquities looted from sacred indigenous American archaeological sites throughout the late 1970s. And according to Bower's research culled from Freedom of Information Act requests alongside corroborating testimony, the criminal enterprise's exposure detonated an epic atomic fracture severing the Duchess of Sussex's remaining familial bonds with her beloved once-doting parent. Doria Raglan stands accused of committing heritage desecrations against Native American civilizations systematically plundered for international illicit profit streams throughout her lost decades, existing within psychospiritual Mesoamerican counterculture realms thriving during Southern California's Me-decade, Bower divulged amidst teasers promoting his third Sussex excoriating exposé Unparented. The occult syndicate she openly consorted with masterminded industrialized antiquities raiding, looting indigenous peoples' holy artifacts through conspiracy tunnels webbing underneath deserts and national parks before laundering plundered loot into global auction house money laundromats. According to the veteran biographer's in-depth reportage, Raglan became inducted into the nefarious smuggling criminal conspiracy alongside her first husband, Meghan's father Thomas Markle, following their exodus from rural Pennsylvania, escaping involvement with religious fringe separatist cults. Having relocated to Bohemian Hollywood enclaves in 1976, both reportedly fell under occult leader Maria Braganza's spellbinding cult of personality, which exploited archaeological looting for funding quasi-religious rituals attempting contacting native beings interdimensionally traversing between cosmic energy streams. Over subsequent years through 1980, Bower alleges Raglan and Markle participated in scores of clandestine desert caravans robbing Native American holy sites throughout the American Southwest, including Hopi, Zuni, and Navajo Nation tribal lands. Files drawn from FBI counterintelligence operations divulge Meghan's mother remained an unindicted criminal participating in syndicate antiquities smuggling networks defrauding sovereign tribal nations for nearly 4 consecutive years while following a Bruja cult leader, Bower disclosed regarding evidentiary paper trails extensively recreated throughout Unparented. Fortunately, federal agents eventually disrupted this new age theft ring, depleting sacred indigenous sites of ritual material culture comprising unique ancestral Mesoamerican repositories comprising generational cosmological knowledge instructing the path towards transcendent being and time cognizance. Preliminary exclusive excerpts depict the book's astonishing crescendo unfolding an operatic cultural clash resulting after Doria Raglan's felonious activities were accidentally uncovered by the Duchess of Sussex herself, who, according to Bower's sources, instantaneously erupted into a cataclysmic meltdown upon confronting her mother with the searing allegations and corroborating evidence. The excerpt's heart-rending confrontation passage depicts a distraught Meghan succumbing into psychological paroxysms amidst discovering the beloved parental archetype she idolized on a pedestal was merely fictitious, having deceitfully obscured nearly half a decade brazenly looting indigenous American sacred sites for a nefarious antiquities black market cult. You wrecked entire ancestral lineages forever, raised racist colonialist hatred desecrating burial grounds annexed through violent displacement campaigns imposed on native communities against their consented wills. The Duchess is purported raging through uncontrollable heaving sobs while physically assaulting Raglan during the excerpt's harrowing climax. My entire adult life's anthropological worldview dedicated towards uplifting marginalized BIPOC enlightenments has been reducibly extinguished to soulless hypocritical ashes. Bower's publishers at Binder New Books indicated pre-sale demand metrics exploded following advanced excerpts dissemination across global media spheres hyping Unparented's January arrival, with Amazon UK alone recording over 400,000 pre-orders already claiming top fiction and non-fiction bestseller categories on both sides of the Atlantic. International culture critics and literary luminaries reserve particular praise regarding the author's atmospheric immersion into the 1970s occult antiquities underworld milieu, convincingly ensorceling readers into believing a lived-in verisimilitude, experiencing actual initiations into secret knowledge covens. However, others across Native American political advocacy spheres along with academia's cultural anthropology communities remain less enthralled over Bower's evident ambitions trafficking forbidden ceremonies into voyeuristic sensationalism. Mr. Bauer's lack of metatextual restraints regarding authentic Mesoamerican ceremonial sacraments and ancient sacred wisdom distillation into pulp true crime narratives epitomizes precisely why indigenous civilizations remain vigilantly guarded gatekeepers over ancestral epistemological teachings throughout generations, proclaimed UCLA postcolonial studies professor Dr. Elena Avila to Indian Country Today. These perennial snake oil peddlers continuously seek commercializing our cosmological death rites to feed secular Westerners regressive titillations from enlightened shamanic medicinal states, representing unevolved awarenesses entrapped within linear spacetime materialist prisons. United States government watchdog groups also wasted no time condemning the Crown's favored biographer for arguably propagating harmful tropes rehabilitating negative Native American stereotypes crystallized around contextless relic collecting representing the very colonial forces catalyzing unconscionable genocidal policies inflicted upon indigenous populations. Even royal experts ordinarily dismissive towards Meghan Markle have begun withholding judgment, reserving opinions until substantive evidence emerges outweighing Bauer's previous documented track record, distorting subjective perceptions, reflecting anti-Duchess animus, overlaying factual biographical accounts. While many anticipate disreputable revelations surfacing, Bauer's latest Sussex antagonizing initiative definitely appears currying skepticism across mainstream audiences hesitant embracing outlandishly sensationalist assertions. His latest installment depicts Meghan and her family descended into some downright Manson cult territory more aptly suited enriching screenwriters, remarked longtime monarchy expert Richard Fitzwilliams of Agence France Presse. At minimum, the author's literary credibility deservedly faces fresh scrutiny whether profiteering preconceptions overcame sober reporting ethics. Regardless of warring perspectives arguing over unparented's objective accuracy versus exploitative overreach, Tom Bauer's Crown-adjacent biography uncaging alleged Sussex family misdeeds already detonated irrevocable ramifications reverberating across Buckingham Palace's innermost chambers. Well-placed sources reported King Charles summoned all highest chancellery emissaries,